let me just preface this by saying there's a lot of pressure to get that launch pricing right, but you have to also accept that your pricing will change and will evolve as you get more feedback from customers, just as really any part of your business will. So you should be looking at any of your initial sales conversations or any of your just initial sales as great data points, learning opportunities to evolve what you're doing. So don't necessarily get too tied down to the price that you pick to launch. Like I see companies, they come up with something, they think it's a great idea, and they stick with it for longer than they should, just because it was the original idea, but not necessarily the best idea. And then I guess the other note to start is people talk a lot about product market fit in the startup community. So when you're launching a new product, you're trying to find that right product market fit. But it's actually about product market pricing fit. You need to hone who the target customer for your product is. So really who has the value proposition, how you want to go to market to that target customer, right? So if it's a large enterprise, maybe it's an enterprise field sales team or maybe it's an inside sales team, or maybe it's self-service. So how you want to go to market for them. And then the price really gets highly connected to all of that, to the channel, to the target customer, and to the value that you solve for them. So product market pricing fit, super important. Some ways to look at the pricing component of that. So first of all is competitive analysis. And broadly, like, what are the customers' alternatives? Are they buying software right now? Are they just doing things manually? How much does that cost them? And where would the budget come from? Is this something that a VP already has budget for, and there's a line item in the budget that you're pulling from, or are you creating budget? And then you can also look at the economic value. And this is sort of a finger in the air exercise initially, but how are people currently doing things, and what's the dollar ROI value of changing the way they're doing things? So maybe that's time savings, maybe you're driving more revenue for them, maybe it's more accuracy or lower risk. You can probably capture about 10 to 20% of that incremental ROI. And so that's a great way to understand like what your value is, and how to be charging. And then finally, ask questions around pricing. And so there are survey techniques out there. The Van Westendorp method is one where you can just get feedback from your target market to understand when they understand your value proposition, what price point do they think is acceptable? Do they think is a bargain? Do they think is, expensive for your solution? And that way you kind of know that your mental models and the what your customers are thinking.